this shit, bro. You see the trees and the birds?
And the sky. And the grass. And all this shit. I can't remember a time in my life, and like, I don't have a frame of reference. I'm only 22 years old, but I can't remember a time in my life when like I didn't wake up and somehow just not expect to see some bullshit that would somehow top yesterday's already crazy ass headline, especially with what's going on now with like Jeffrey Epstein. Like, this is nothing new. Like, nothing I'm about to say is shit you haven't heard before. It's all a fucking big distraction anyway, let's be honest. You know, it's all a distraction. It's all just endless squabbling between like two political parties who, reality is, I really shouldn't say this shit before I commit suicide, but it's really just one big club and you're not in it. And this video is not intended to get political, so let me just preface with that and literally leave it right there, because I'm not getting into that. That's not the topic of this video. I don't really want to talk about that anymore, just because that's not kind of my style when it comes to this shit with posting these little fucking vlogs on YouTube. What I really want to get at though, and like it's still related to this, is how desensitized we've become to what really matters. And not only that, but just kind of like what to focus on in life, bro. Because the reality is, like, every single headline that you read, you can go on your phone right now and pull up your news media of choice. I don't give a fuck what you use, Fox, CNN, I don't care. Because the reality is that like it's all just kind of one big sham. Political parties don't matter at the end of the day, okay? A lot of you might disagree about that. They don't. But again, I'm getting off subject, okay? You could look up literally any fucking news article right now, and I guarantee you that you might feel a flicker of anger or emotion. I definitely do. But like, are you really surprised? Like, do you really read about what's happening right now with ICE agents? Is that surprising to you at all? Did everybody not anticipate this kind of shift? Right? We've become so desensitized. The constant overflowing of information that we put into our brains every single day, bro. And like, the issue is that, this is one thing I discovered recently, is that from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, for most people, me included, most times, 9 times out of 10, right? You're literally just constantly stimulating yourself. And again, this is nothing new. Everybody already knows this. But the issue is that like, you really have to choose what to focus on in life. Because a lot of it is really just kind of like, it's mentally taxing. It's just kind of like draining your energy, focusing on this bullshit that doesn't matter because it's out of our control. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry to say. I could go into politics right now. You could go into politics right now, and this is a very pessimistic and jaded view, but the reality is that there's nothing that you or I could do to make a lasting difference when it comes to the nationwide scheme, right? I mean, yeah, locally, sure, run for mayor, bro. You'll make a difference, but that's not what I'm getting at. A lot of the shit that we consume nowadays is so far out of reach. It's so far out of the realm of our control that there really is no point in looking at it. And I think that there's absolutely merit in knowing what's going on politically. And there really are two camps nowadays. It's people who either just don't give a shit at all, and people who are way too obsessed with it. And it's hard to find that middle ground nowadays. And it's hard to find that middle camp. The middle camp where you know what's going on and you acknowledge it, and you just kind of go on and you live your life, bro. You live your life. You focus on the shit that you could do on any given day. You wake up, you go about your business, man. You see another bullshit ass headline that, of some bullshit that frankly isn't even surprising these days, bro, because like I said, I mean, just everything gets worse. You wake up and there's a worse headline every single day. But yeah, you read that and you're like, okay, word, What can I do about that? Nothing. That's insane. It's absolutely insane. But is it really worth spending mental energy over? Is it really worth getting angry and emotional over? And a lot of people might take this as to say, oh, just completely, say fuck everything. Don't do any political outreach of your own. Don't speak your mind. Don't post, your little Instagram stories, whether you're a conservative or a Democrat, trying to promote your own view. I think that's perfectly fine. I just think that there is a borderline obsession in a lot of people where they think that there is a legitimate prospect of being able to make a difference, even though you really just need to kind of align your goals with yourself and what is within the realm of your control. Because the reality is that the system is rigged against us. It has been since we were born. That's the unfortunate truth. So you have two options. You can either cry about it and bitch and moan, or you can just kind of get with the times, realize that, yeah, it sucks, and do what you have to do to kind of stay within the spectrum of, listen, we're all on this, not all of us. Let me retract that statement, because it's a class hierarchy, of course. A lot of us are a lot more blessed than others, but you have to stay within your own lane and realize that, listen, we're all being fucked over. What can I do personally within myself to support my health, my goals, my life, my future, my family, my friends, whatever it might be? Those are all things within the realm of your control, man. And the issue is that we wake up every single day, we grab for Instagram, we just hijack the fuck out of our dopamine receptors right off the rip as soon as our day starts, and we're just constantly just absorbing all this information. And a lot of it, bro, I mean, all right, listen, like, I love Instagram Reels as much as the next guy, but how much useful shit do you actually gain from fucking scrolling Reels? How much of that do you actually retain? How much of that matters? And listen, I'm not exempt from this shit. Everybody, every single person that is watching this, I guarantee you all do the same shit, and it's fine, bro. But the issue is that you gotta make a change, and you gotta kind of realize that we've become so desensitized to what's going on, not only in our lives, but just kind of in, like, the nation politically. And on a separate point, that desensitization can also kind of lead to an obsession. I feel like they're on the same spectrum. I don't know how widely apart they really are, but they're on the same spectrum, okay? The issue is, I mean, like, at the end of the damn day, how much of your energy do you want to focus on shit outside of your control? And, like, I mean that genuinely. Like, fighting in the Instagram comments with some Republican guy, if you're a Democrat, two people in a nation of, what is it now, 210 million people, does that really make a difference? Do you really want to be spending your hopefully valued energy and time doing bullshit like that? I mean, there's a lot of other things you could be doing. Like, there's a lot. And I'm not exempt from this either, obviously. Okay, everybody does this shit. But the issue is that, like, it's a trap that everybody falls into because it's become so easy. 21st century, right? Everything is about convenience. Everything is so convenient. You have ChatGPT, a fucking artificial intelligence as your therapist. Something goes wrong, you have a sycophant that's free on your phone that you can pull up and have him give you a quick couple dopamine hits to make you feel better about your life or your situation. Because at the end of the day, it's programmed to make you happy. It's programmed to tell you what you want to hear so that you keep using it. If ChatGPT was fucking... this is a crazy sentence. It's crazy me even saying this shit. If ChatGPT was straight up with you, right? I mean, that'd be a whole different story, but there's a reason that it's not. There's a very large reason that it's not. So you've got that going on, which is great. You've got fucking Instagram, which, you got Mark Zuckerberg shoving pornography down, like, young man's throats, whether they like it or not. If you're a dude and you go on the app, it literally will show you just pictures and videos of half-naked women. And I'm not, listen, fuck the algorithm. I'm not talking about the algorithm, right? Because if you're in that shit, you'll definitely find it, okay? That's how it all works. We know this. The issue is that at its default state, you make a new account, bro, you could look up fucking golf videos. Just golf. Let's say you make a new Instagram account. You look up golf videos. You're really into golf. Okay, you want to look up golf. You're going to have this dopamine hijacking bullshit pop up regardless of whatever you do. It's programmed. It's programmed to find you, to fucking delete your focus, just utterly wreak havoc on your neurotransmitters, and just desensitize you to the real shit in life. And this is nothing new. This is nothing that nobody already knows. But I feel like as we go throughout our subconscious days, you only get like maybe a flicker here and there of your brain telling you like, hey, maybe this isn't how humans were supposed to fucking live ideally. Maybe this isn't what God intended. And the issue is that like you only get that flicker once in a while, man. The other 95% of your 24 hours is spent just kind of just with your brain turned off, just scrolling. Filling your brain with just complete fucking trash that you don't retain because it's not even really important. And then the shit that you do retain because you think that it's important, well, how important really is that? How does that add to your life, man? I'm a big fan of conspiracy theories, okay? The issue is when I go down a rabbit hole of conspiracy theories, I start to get like this weird depressed feeling in my head because it's just literal negativity. Like what you're absorbing, even though some of it is yeah, okay, listen, reasonable, sure, it's literally straight negativity. The information that you are absorbing is negative as fuck. If you want to find negativity in your life, bro, it is easy as hell to find it. The good news is that it's the same with positivity, man. And now I sound like a goober, but it really is true. I mean, you have the power to turn off your phone and go outside and at least take, it's crazy to even say this, bro, at least take 30 minutes to an hour a day to just kind of just like remove yourself from the entire equation. Because the entire equation is rigged against you. It's total bullshit. And it's fucking with your brain. It is fucking with your brain. It's like the boiling frog phenomenon. If anybody's ever heard of that, this is a crazy sentence, but bear with me, right? You could either kill a frog outright, boom, dead, or you could put a frog in a boiling pot of water that slowly reaches a higher temperature as you go. And that is exactly what is going on today. As we wake up, we read a new headline that's worse than the last one. Somehow, amazingly, manages to top the insanity and absurdity of the last one that you read the preceding day. And it keeps going on like that. And it's not like a 0 to 50. It's not a 50 to 100. It's not a 0 to fucking 200. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., etc., etc. To the point that like you become so desensitized because you're slowly, gradually just kind of adapting to it. And your brain is thinking, okay, this is acceptable. We're being fed little scraps. We can work with this. We can keep going as long as it's slow and gradual and just, nice and easy going. That's what's happening. Every single day you wake up, reach for your phone, read the news. That a lot of us have to take a step back and realize that this shit that is going on is not fucking normal at all. And I don't mean to get political, but if you have 2 brain cells up there, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's not okay. It is not okay. It's going to get worse from here. What are you going to do about it? Read about it. Accept it. Please don't revolt and start a fucking civil war. Okay, I guarantee you it's not going to go how you want it to. Live your damn life, bro. Live your fucking life. Stop becoming so obsessed with this bullshit that's not within the realm of your control. If you can't do anything about it, then why are you worried? Why are you worried? We're the trajectory that we're on, we're heading for fucking Wall-E levels of dystopia. And that sounds funny. I wish it was a joke. I wish that sentence was like, I wish that I was saying that in jest, but I'm not. I'm fucking not. And we're all gonna be okay with it by the time it comes, because, as I said, we're slowly being desensitized, just gradually. I gotta stop doing this thing with my arm. Gradually, bro. Just like that. Just like that. So by the time, I mean, you think about in 20 years, what the world's gonna look like, what your day-to-day is gonna look like. By the time that we get there in 20 years, after all the days spent in between that, we're not gonna fucking really think that much about it. Whereas if you were able to receive a glimpse into the future right now and you could see what's happening, you would be like, what the fuck? Because you have that kind of discrepancy. You have that big gap where your brain wasn't allowed that gradual kind of desensitization to the absolute absurdity and bullshit that's going on in the world today. So we gotta kind of stay wary, man. We gotta stay wary. We gotta realize none of this shit is okay. It's only gonna get worse. But if you can't do anything about it, move on and live your life, bro. Just be cognizant of it, accept it, and do what you can do within the realm of your control to progress as a person, man, and do your shit. Just think about the small, simple things. Grilling a steak, lifting some weights, hanging out with your friends. Doesn't all have to be doom and gloom 24/7, bro. That is the issue with a lot of people. You take these fundamentalists, man, is that they literally have absorbed so much negativity and fed it into their brains that has become their entire life. They're so obsessed with it. Shit like QAnon, for instance, that is an actual fucking brain cancer. The human brain, the plasticity in the human brain, the way that it can adapt to certain information, certain movements, certain skills, whatever, but what I'm talking about here is certain information. You can literally you can have your brain programmed very easily if you don't do anything to stop it. The unfortunate issue for me and you is that it's already happened to us. We've already been programmed. That's why when you wake up in the morning every single day, you reach for your phone because your dopamine receptors are screaming for a couple fucking reels. Next thing you know, you're laying down for an hour when you could have just started your day a while ago. Boom. You're programmed. I'm programmed. We're all programmed. That is within your control. You can do some shit about that. All this other fucking bullshit, okay, with the current absolute fucking disgrace of a human being that we have in office. Oh, I said I wouldn't get political. My bad. That and everything attached to that, because it goes deep. Accept it. Don't be happy about it. Absolutely the fuck not. But do not spend your life obsessing over shit that you can't fix, because I guarantee you, bro, you could spend that time doing a million other things that'll benefit you as a person, and you will genuinely go insane. They want us all weak. They want us all addicted. They don't want us to have the capability to break away from the programming and realize that there's more to life than all the bullshit we've been fed, and the bullshit that we're gonna continue to be fed as more and more and more and more convenience comes our way, whether it be in the form of a fucking AI therapist, fucking pornography that you can easily reach for. You can reach for your phone and look at some naked girls online instead of going out there and just fucking talking to one at the store. Those are 2 examples. There will be many more in the future. My main point is that we have to realize shit is not okay. We gotta do something about it. Why? Because it's within our control.